a new era of Fashionably Broke Podcast.
Welcome to Fashionably Broke.
I'm kidding, don't use that.
Just wear whatever the hell you want.
Literally just...
We're living on a McDonald's budget.
Just because you're broke doesn't mean you have to dress like it.
Wow. Okay, guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Fashionably Broke Podcast. I have been waiting forever to say that, and I hope you guys have been waiting too. Wow, I am literally so nervous. It feels really strange to be back, but it also feels really freaking good to be back. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I have recorded this intro like 5 times just because I literally am getting so in my head. I literally started recording without a microphone, which defeats the entire purpose of a freaking podcast. I'm going to try to stay as organized as possible. Y'all know that I am quite literally all over the place, and I'm really going to try my hardest to stay structured and really hit my marks on what I want to go over, because I feel like we have a little bit of admin to do before we actually catch up. But wow, holy shit. Cannot believe I'm back. It has been 2 months, way too freaking long. And if I'm a little rusty, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to lie. I totally wanted to have a drink while I recorded this episode back, or even take a shot, but your girl has a UTI and is currently on antibiotics. And as much as I'm not really a rule follower, I feel like I just need to be good and not drink alcohol to, have this UTI go away, because we don't want to have to restart the meds, because that would be another week gone by where I can't really have any fun. Also, so sorry, so TMI, but babe, we're back. Okay. We are back and we are better. If you are watching this podcast on YouTube, welcome to my bedroom. We are in a bit of a different setup this time. We have a brand new camera. We have a new recording system. We are back and hopefully better than ever. And I just literally cannot believe it has been so long. If you don't know who I am, if you're a first-time listener, or if you haven't listened in a while, welcome back to Fashionably Broke Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Maddy Schweppe. Okay, so I think that we need to talk about the elephant in the room. I am officially single. And not from my romantic relationship. We are still going very strong, but I am officially a solo podcaster, which is quite literally insane to say. I am shaking. I have the jitters, but yeah, I'm single in this podcasting journey. And like I said, as terrifying as it is, I truly believe that this is exactly what the universe had in store for me. And I just love podcasting so much. I love you guys so much. I love doing this so much that I truly couldn't imagine my life without it. So we are starting a new journey, solo podcasting. And I feel like it's going to take me a few episodes to really get the hang of it, so bear with me, but I have some extremely exciting things planned, and I just can't wait to get into it. So I'm pretty much just gonna ramble and see where the episode pretty much takes me. This podcast is officially 3 years old, which is so insane to say that I've been doing this for 3 years. Obviously, podcast started, it looked a little bit different, and I feel like I had all of these plans and ideas for the podcast. And honestly, it doesn't really look exactly how I had originally imagined podcasting. I never thought that I would end up podcasting alone and by myself, but I'm really excited for the future of this podcast and for the journey ahead and just everything that I have planned. I've really taken these 2 months to not only just focus on myself and just kind of I don't know, really focus on the things that I'm passionate about and, want to do with my life, how I want my life to even look. I feel like I've also really been planning ahead for the podcast and trying to come up with new creative ideas and just basically where I want to take the podcast, where I want to take this career or this this passion of mine to be able to, turn it into a career in the future. And I'm really excited for everything that I have planned. I'm also very scared and very nervous, as you can tell, as I said a million times in this episode already. Honestly, take a shot every time I say I'm terrified or I'm scared or I'm nervous, because you will be blackout by the end of this. Please drink responsibly. But I know it's been 2 months since we pretty much have last spoke, and we have probably 1,010 things to catch up on, because every single day I would literally think of a thought, write something down. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be perfect to share in the podcast. Meanwhile, I knew I really wasn't releasing an episode until February. So I've pretty much just been sitting with all of these thoughts, which some of them probably aren't relevant now, but I have a lot of pop culture things that I want to catch up on, a lot of fashion things. But before we catch up, because I know it's been forever, I feel like I want to go over a few different admin things just so that y'all kind of have an idea of what to expect from Fashionably Broke, and just kind of like what the future looks like, and especially like this next year. Okay, so a lot of people have just been asking me kind of like what my plan for the podcast is. Am I still planning on releasing once a week? Am I still keeping the podcast on Wednesdays? Okay, honestly, I'm so indecisive that these questions were really hard for me to figure out. But yes, right now, episodes are still going to be released on Wednesdays. But as obviously I am doing this solo now, just to give myself some grace and consistency, my goal basically is to release 2 main episodes a month with mini sessions, like mini episodes in between. I'm also really planning on bringing vlogging to the Fashionably Broke YouTube channel, so that y'all can kind of get a little bit more insight into my life, into podcasting, and just kind of like, the things that I'm interested in. So kind of like really utilizing the YouTube platform. Like I said, we have a new setup for recording. So if you don't watch on YouTube, I highly encourage everybody to check it out, subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of fun and innovative episodes, so they will be very fun to watch. Hint, hint. Okay. Another thing that I really want to bring to the podcast, when we first started Fashionably Broke Podcast, kind of like the idea behind it was, pop culture and fashion. But honestly, I have thought a lot about kind of like what I want Fashionably Broke to be like moving forward. And honestly, Fashionably Broke is, of course, always going to be about fashion, of course, pop culture, because it's something that we all consume every single day. But one of my main goals for this podcast is to truly bring the conversation deeper. Like, I truly want y'all to get to know me on every single freaking level possible. And I truly feel like over the last few years, with recording the podcast, things were kept very surface level, very kind of like put together and perfect and rehearsed. And that's something that I don't really want moving forward, which I know sounds like so strange to say, but like I truly don't want to hold anything back. Like I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about the highs. I want to talk about the lows. I want to talk about the things that people aren't really talking about. I want to dive into life experiences as much as possible. I just feel like everyone is going through shit, and sometimes it's really hard to find relatable content out there. And like that truly is my goal for Fashionably Broke. Fashionably Broke is your escape from life. It is unsolicited advice. Of course, like I said, lots of fashion and still pop culture, but I truly want to bring myself to the forefront and offer you guys an hour of friendship, an hour of gossip, an hour of tea, an hour of crying, an hour of laughs, an hour of giggles. Like I truly just want to bring this conversation a lot deeper to really connect with you guys out there. Another super exciting thing that I have planned is interviews. Yes, you heard that right, interviews. So expect people from the industry, expect people with crazy jobs. Basically, expect the unexpected, because that's truly who I want to bring on the podcast, is honestly people that you probably least expect me to interview. I'm also planning on doing happy hour episodes with friends. Like I said, I want y'all to get to know me. I truly want us to be BFFs, because honestly, that's what we are. So I have some very exciting episodes planned for a little happy hour with my friends, so that y'all can get to know the people that, I keep in my circle and that I truly care about me. I just feel like it kind of offers like another insight into my life, and I feel like it's going to be so much fun to just sit down and shoot the shit with my best friends. One thing that I really want to do is unconventional podcasting. Basically, I just want to bring this podcast where it's never been before, in unconventional places, traveling, instead of just sitting here in my bedroom or in my house. I want to bring you guys with me on my trips, on my journeys, on just my life experiences. I feel like that would be so much freaking fun. So expect a few kind of wild card episodes out there. And of course, fashion will always be at the forefront of the podcast. I'm really, really excited to just kind of bring the conversations deeper and to explore other ideas and topics, be controversial, and just truly like express myself, because I feel like that this hour of recording is just truly like an actual insight into like my brain and my thoughts. And I'm really excited to kind of spark those conversations and connect with you guys in different ways. But one thing that I truly wanted to discuss and talk about for this specific episode, my first time back, my first time ever recording solo, and just kind of like this new era of Fashionably Broke. As I've mentioned a million times in this episode already, it's just, honestly, I'm terrified. I am honestly kind of scared of doing this by myself, but it also excites me at the same time. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people are bringing into this new year in 2026, is just doing things that scare you. I feel like that is something that is really motivating me this year and just motivating me to do this. I'm not gonna lie, I have put off recording this episode for a while, and I just kind of got to the point where like I missed it, and I was just kind of like, okay, really though, like what is holding me back? Like I don't know why I'm so scared to do this, but I am so scared to do this. But I think that's just the point of life, is to do things that scare you, is to not let fear hold you back. Because if you're not doing things that scare you, like you're not growing as a person, you're not learning, you're not developing. And I think that kind of like goes into that topic of what everyone posts about online, is like that everyone is just too scared or embarrassed to post. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to post, but like this format does scare me a little bit, to do it by myself. Social media is one thing, but this is like a whole hour plus. Like this is, a whole different beast that is, I feel like, terrifying to do when you had originally dreamed of doing it with someone else. And I have taken a lot of time to just reflect, and I'm excited that it scares me, because I feel like that way I am going to push myself to be uncomfortable and to put myself in situations where I don't feel 100% like I know what I'm doing, because I have no freaking idea what the hell I'm doing. And I think, again, that's just the point. That's the point of life. We're not supposed to know what we're doing, because if we did, how freaking boring would that be? I mean, I know that's a life that I absolutely would not want to live. Honestly, if any of this episode even makes sense at all, because I know I'm all over the place. I really could have used a shot of vodka, but we're trying to be good so that the doctor won't yell at me. With that being said, I kind of want everyone to take away, like, if there's something that is scaring you and stopping you from doing something that you really want to do, just go do it. Don't let it stop you. Like, be scared. Have fear. Like, do something uncomfortable, because that is the only way you're going to learn, you're going to grow, and you're going to pursue your passion. I feel like that, like, don't let fear hold you back. Oh my God, like, call me Dr. Phil or something, because wow, that was wise. Okay, but I also just like want to catch up on some things with you guys, which a lot of this stuff is going to be like so old news, and I'm so sorry, but it's just stuff that I have to talk about because I really truly have no one else to talk about it with. And honestly, that's the whole point of this podcast, is I have a lot to say and really truly no one to say it to but you guys. So let's get into it. Okay, I just have to get it out of the way because it will just continue to eat me alive. Heated rivalry. Yes, I watched it. I didn't watch it in November. I watched it at the very beginning of this year in January. And holy shit, if you have not watched it, you need to just stop. Honestly, like, I wouldn't hate you if you stopped what you were doing right now, pause this episode, and go turn that shit on. Because, oh my God, the way it has honestly and truly consumed my life is kind of scary, like almost to the point of like, I honestly truly was like a little bit worried for myself. I've watched the full season, like season 1, twice now, and it truly, like, for a while there, consumed my every waking thought. It's a little scary how much I thought about Heated Rivalry, but it really truly is like one of the best TV shows I think I've ever watched. The storyline is just truly insane. I feel like anyone on the planet can relate to the show and take something away from the show. I feel like a lot of people are shying away just because of the topic of the show, but like, it truly is just so, oh my God, it's just so good. It's so eye-opening. There's so many meanings in the show. I feel like there's so many lessons you can take away from the show. So like, I'm preaching. I'm preaching to the choir. Okay? I'm preaching to what are the people called? Like the churchgoers. What is that called? I literally can't think of the word. Like, when like the guy's standing up there is spreading the word of Jesus, he's spreading it to like his, not disciples. That's not is it disciples? No, like oh my God, it's the audience. I'm just going to call them the audience. There's a word. The congregation. Yes, the congregation. I'm preaching to the congregation. Hello? I'm preaching to the congregation, which I know that's not a saying. I know it's preaching to the choir. But like, I'm preaching to you guys. Watch the damn show because it's amazing. And I don't know how I'm going to wait a whole year for season 2 to come out. There are like little gossips, sprinklings of gossip that they might release like one episode in between the 2 seasons. So who knows? We will be keeping up with that. But moving on, I feel like over the last 2 months, obviously I wasn't recording the podcast, and I really was just like truly focusing on growing my platforms, but also consuming as much shit that I could consume ever, which is really sad to say. I feel like I consumed a lot of TV shows and movies, but I really like don't have time to do that. So it kind of was nice to take like these 2 months just to literally watch every single thing that I can. So we are all caught up on pretty much like the latest and greatest. Bridgerton just dropped, and I literally just finished watching that this weekend. So Bridgerton season 4 came out, part 1 of season 4. So the first 4 episodes dropped on Netflix, and I didn't realize that there was kind of a lot of controversy around it, which here are my thoughts on the show. Is I truly believe that these 4 episodes were setting this season up to be one of the best seasons of Bridgerton to date. A lot of people did not like how episode 4 ended, but it really is setting up for some of the greatest TV that we'll see in a while. besides Heated Rivalry. I feel like, honestly, I kind of feel like the underlying tones are similar to Heated Rivalry. There's a lot of like Cinderella-esque mixed in there and like the Cinderella storyline, but I really truly feel like the rest of the season is going to be so freaking good. So stay tuned. The last 4 episodes drop February 28th, and I will be watching. I'm a huge Bridgerton fan. It really is so good. So I loved it. There's been a lot of like people saying that they have not liked it. I get why they wouldn't like it, but like they just need to think ahead. People aren't thinking ahead. Okay? Think ahead. What else have I watched that I've loved? Landman. Oh my God. I can't believe I waited so long to watch Landman, but flew through the first season and the second season, and holy shit, cannot wait for the third season. It really does kind of like make me miss Texas though, which is kind of sad. But you know, it's okay. But it really is such a freaking good show. I know it's the same director as Yellowstone, which Yellowstone I really was not that big of a fan of, which is crazy because a lot of people love Yellowstone and were like, oh my God, it's the best TV show I've ever watched in my entire life, when like, it was meh to me. Like Beth's character, bad bitch, but at the same time, like, okay, girl, we get it. You have issues. Like, calm the fuck down. Please just calm the fuck down. Like, we get it. We get it. Now, like, can we get a character arc or something? Because like, I'm sick of the way you're behaving. You're a grown woman. Stop behaving like that. And honestly, Landman has given me a ton of one-liners that I cannot wait to use in public. Can't wait to use in my real life because they're too good to not. Really good at, that show's really good at coming up with insults. And honestly, I think that we need to use them more. I do think that some people need to be insulted more in this life. But that's just my hot take, okay? Little drink break. And yes, I am drinking cranberry juice in a wine glass because, like I said, I have a UTI and I can't consume alcohol. So cranberry juice is the next best thing. And I'm just pretending that it has vodka in it because I really needed some courage to record this episode, but we're just pretending, okay? Okay, I think for pop culture, TV shows, I really truly think that's maybe all I had to go over. I mean, truly though, like I cannot get a Heated Rivalry out of my head. I know people are sick and tired of hearing about it, but like I can't help it. Okay. But another thing that I just like want to go over, this does have to do with fashion. And I'm really sad again that I haven't recorded in 2 months because, oh my God, so much happened in the fashion world over the course of the last few months. It's absolutely insane. Haute Couture week in Paris happened, and oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It truly made me so excited for the year to come in fashion. You have no idea. I mean, Jacquemus, Schiaparelli, Chanel, I do have some mixed feelings on for their haute couture line. I get it, but also it's like, okay, I don't know. I get it. It just wasn't my favorite, which I really hate to say because I know that like they've been killing it. Nothing truly stood out to me. But I really am so excited for this year in fashion. I feel like we are going to be seeing some insane things. And honestly, like this year, kind of one of my goals for 2026 is like to truly have fun with fashion and like express myself and be as creative as possible. Because like, why are we holding back in fashion? Like, fashion isn't scary. Like, that's honestly one stigma that I really really want to break this year is fashion is not scary. Fashion is fun. Like, fashion is meant to be fun. You're meant to take risks in fashion. You're meant to honestly look back and be like, holy shit, why the hell did I wear that? But in the moment, you were so confident and felt so amazing that it doesn't matter if you look back in a year or two or even a few months and be like, what was going on in my head? As long as you felt amazing and confident and powerful in it, that is all that matters. Fashion is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to take risks. You're supposed to create conversation around clothing. Like, it's something that, like, I am really j- jazzed up for. Like, I mean, truly just like getting dressed every single day. I mean, obviously it's February. Everyone just went through an insane freeze, which I do hope everyone is okay and safe. But I know that weather has been absolutely insane for every single person out there. And I had to work a couple of days from home, obviously, just due to weather, just due to the roads being unsafe. And I honestly, like, have never been more motivated to have fun with my work clothes than I did because I couldn't get dressed for 6 straight days. Like, that drove me insane, and I truly am so excited just to, like, have fun and play with just, like, my outfits for every day at the office. Like, even though no one is really seeing them, like, why not have fun with them? You're having to get dressed anyways, why not have fun with it? So, that's something that, like, 2026, like, I'm gonna be wearing some crazy shit. Like, that's the point. Why be boring? Why hold back? You only have one life. Might as well dress really freaking good, right? Ugh, I know. Which also, I know, again, we're in February. The new year was months ago because January felt like it was literally 4 months long. But I feel like this year for, the new year, everyone always, kind of has like resolutions and goals and stuff. And this year was truly one of the years that, like, I sat down and really wrote out my goals with intention. I wrote some crazy crazy goals and manifestations for the year, and I don't know, I really, like, had so much inspiration and just kind of, like, the crazy things that I want to be able to accomplish this year. So I don't know. I'm just, like, really excited. All right, guys. If you are watching on the YouTube, you might be a little confused. Let me explain for the listeners. I am currently wearing a different outfit, different hair, different makeup than I was at the beginning of this episode. And that is because it is a different day. Yes, I am recording in 2 different days because here's the thing is I truly couldn't live with myself if I released an episode right after the Grammys and I did not discuss the Grammys fashion. So here I am. Today, we are going to end the podcast discussing the Grammy Fashion Files. So I think that we just need to get into it. And I'm going to start with the one person that completely broke the internet. And I think we all know who I'm talking about, Chapel Roan. So obviously I am starting with, in my opinion, the worst dressed of the evening. And then we're going to end it on a positive note. But Chapel Roan. Okay, if you have not seen her 2026 Grammys look, I need you to pause this episode right now and I need you to go to Google, type in Chapel Roan 2026 Grammys look. And it's shocking. It truly is. So she was basically wearing a Mugler outfit that was inspired by his 1998 couture collection. Okay, so basically it was just a chiffon sheer dress. She had a cape on, and when she walked the red carpet, she took off the cape to her bare breasts, with the rest of the dress being held up by nipple rings. Okay, so I was so confused because she also had designs drawn on her skin. So I originally thought that maybe she was wearing a sheer top that had nipple piercings, that like that's what the rest of the dress connected to. Well, upon further investigation, I actually found out that it was almost like a pasty, if that makes sense, because obviously you couldn't see your nipple. So I was just like very confused on exactly how they pulled it off, but it was pretty much like cosmetic makeup, not cosmetic. It was costume makeup. It was like a prosthetic over her nipple that had the nipple piercing, so it wasn't her actual nipple. But she truly did break the internet. It's so funny because there's a video after she walked the carpet. Sabrina Carpenter was walking, and the crowd was dead silent. Like all of the paparazzi, dead silent. And she makes a comment being like, okay, wow, it's pretty quiet around here compared to last year. I guess Chapel Roan really shut it down, left everyone speechless. But here is my hot take. I know that she is basically going to do anything that causes a stir, causes a ruckus, and is going to be very out there and almost appalling. She's making a statement. And I get that because that's what the Grammys are for. The Grammys aren't the Oscars. The Grammys are where celebrities and artists have fun with fashion, but like sometimes it's just not needed. It really truly is just not needed. And I am really shocked that she decided to wear that, especially because she didn't have any music in the running this year. So, I guess it's just to keep her name relevant as she is taking time off to write her album. Who knows, but yeah, it definitely shocked the world, and I think we saw a little bit too much of her, if that makes sense. Okay, moving on. I want to talk about Addison Rae. Okay. Is she a little off her rocker? Probably. But has it skyrocketed her to fame? Absolutely. Okay, so Addison Rae was wearing a custom Alaya look, and here's the thing, it wasn't ugly, but it's literally just another version of what she's worn the last few years to the Grammys. I want to see her in something different. Like, I want to see her in not a white gown, because I feel like she always wears some sort of white gown with a weird top and like a high-low tulle poofy bottom. I get that it might be her look for her album and just kind of like the look as she's kind of entering in this new era of being a pop star and trying to make a name and a statement of herself and like separate herself from her TikTok personality. I get it, but seriously, this is like, you've been to the Grammys before. Like, I want to see something new. I want to see something I haven't seen. Okay, then we have Harry Styles. And all I have to say is, what the fuck are you doing, my guy? Truly, what the fuck are you doing? Because I get it. And I'm here. I'm here for the wearing dresses. I'm here for wearing something crazy, but I am so sorry. Wearing the ugliest top that I don't even think my grandma would step out of the house in, with a pair of baggy jeans and like Converse. I honestly, I don't even know if he walked the carpet. I didn't see his carpet look, if he even had one, but he did present. And I'm sorry, just like, what are you doing? I can't, I have nothing to say. And like, I truly want to hear what they thought, or like what the vision was behind his look, because I'm so very confused. I'm so very lost. I don't even know what he was wearing because I didn't care to look it up. It just was plain ugly. Okay, then we have Kesha. Okay, so glad to be seeing Kesha back at the award shows and just kind of like back in the spotlight. And I totally saw her vision, but unfortunately, it just didn't hit the mark. She was wearing Atelier Bizou. I think it's like Bizou. I honestly don't know how to say it, but I saw the vision. It just didn't really work. So I'm hoping to see better from her moving forward. Okay, then we have Haley and Justin, and I'm sorry we've seen this look again. Like, this is, I'm pretty sure that this is all they wear to any single event, is she's in a black dress and he is in an oversized blazer. I get it. You've done it. You've done it 1,000 times. Can you please show me something different? Please. Please. And I mean, truly, if that's the only thing in your wardrobe, like, what are you doing? I want to see some versatility, please. Okay, then then we have Lola Young, which again, I get it. It totally fits her brand. Like like what she wore is literally who she is. Like it embodies her as an artist. But girl, it's your first Grammys and you won a Grammy. Like, come on. I get it. Again, I get it because I know like it is her. It is so true to her. And truly, like, that's what these artists need to be doing is like staying true to themselves. Just because they're nominated for a Grammy doesn't mean they need to change who they are. But like, we could have elevated some sort of like pant, jumpsuit, sweatsuit just a little bit and like made it a little bit more formal. You know? Like formal sweats. I don't know. That's like I feel like there could have been a lot that could have been done to make that look really elevated and it just didn't do it. Okay, and this one. I really I feel bad saying this, but Madison Beer. Okay, she looked absolutely stunning. She looked gorgeous. Her dress beautiful, her face beautiful, like her hair, makeup, everything was absolutely stunning. But I just wanted more. Honestly, like, her look to me was more Oscars and not Grammys. I feel like she kind of, like, blended in, like, she didn't really stand out, which I feel like she's been kind of in her moment, and, you know, she's had, like, these moments here and there, and I think that she really needs to utilize that and wear something that, like, are gonna make people talk. You know, like, wear something that's gonna stand out and kind of set her apart from the crowd, but I feel like she kind of blended in, which sucks. She looked beautiful, but, like, she blended in. Okay, that was all for my worst looks of the night. Now, I have 2 people that are in-betweeners, okay? And I feel like obviously, I just went through all my worst lists, and majority of the reason why people were on my worst dressed was because I wanna see them in something different. Like, I wanna see them do something I haven't seen before, which brings me to my first in-betweener of not worst, not best, I just wanna see more. Like, basically, they were, like, teetering worst dressed, but they looked absolutely stunning and chic, but I just wanna see them in something different, and that's my girl, Lainey Wilson. I know that her signature look is top and bell-bottom pants, you know, they hug in all the right places, they give her all these curves. She looks absolutely stunning, like, she literally was gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous at the Grammys. But I really, 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 really wanna see them put her in something different. I'm tired of the bell bottoms. And again, I totally understand that that's her look. If she wants to wear that on stage, hell yeah, I am so here for it. But like she's been doing this for so long. Like I really just want to see her in something that I would never expect to see her come out and walk a carpet in. Like, I know to expect the cowboy hat, a blazer, and then bell-bottom pants. Like, I know to expect that. I mean, her top was absolutely stunning. I mean, like, the whole getup was absolutely stunning. But again, I just want to see something that, like, would truly, like, knock my socks off and, like, literally take my breath away because I would never would have pictured her stepping out of the house in it. So, Lainey, if you're listening, please, like, just try something different. You can go back to the bell bottoms anytime, girl. But, like, it's the Grammys. So next year, you better be wearing something, some sort of dress, ball gown, even short dress. I don't know. Something crazy. Please. Okay. And then this next in-betweener actually truly does break my heart to say because she is my girl. I ride for her. I really, truly ride for her. And she looked freaking sick. She looked so chic. She looked fly as hell. But there was just something that was off for me, at least. And that's my girl, Miley Cyrus. Okay. It like literally kills me to say that she's on the in between list, but she was wearing custom Celine and it was stunning. It was chic, but to me, it just really reminded me of the Hunger Games. And I love the Hunger Games, okay? I'm a die-hard Hunger Games fan. I literally went to every single premiere, like I was obsessed. But like the brooch on her leather jacket, it just truly was giving Mockingjay. It really was. And it she looked sick. Like I loved the look, but I just truly could not get Hunger Games out of my head, and that kind of sucks. But that was my worst dressed and in-betweeners. I just really want everyone to step it up and or step it down. Okay, Chapel Roan, we can step it down. We can. But everyone else, like, let's step it up, okay? I want to see something different. I want to see something new. Let's get out of our comfort zone. Okay, and then I do have a pretty long best dressed. So I'm going to try to get through it fast, and then I'll wrap up the episode. But first on my best dressed, Bad Bunny. Oh my God, he was wearing couture Schiaparelli, literally just shown on the runway on Monday. Shows up Sunday, couture Schiaparelli, and holy shit, it was amazing. It truly was amazing. It was giving. He's literally about to perform at the Super Bowl this weekend. And I mean, like, my man, he is just killing it. And I just like literally, wow, I'm speechless. It looked so freaking good, especially the fact that it was like, I guess, like a unisex outfit, because when it walked the runway, it was worn by a female model, and oh my God, he pulled it off way better. It was truly phenomenal. Okay, and then my girl Sabrina Carpenter, she wore a custom Valentino, and I just have one word: angelic. I do love that she kind of dresses for what her albums are. When she was in Short and Sweet last year, she wore a icy blue dress with feathers, like looked very Sweet and Short, or yeah, Sweet and Short like era. And she's moving into the man-child era, and it just worked. The lace, like, it was absolutely stunning. All of her looks were stunning throughout the evening, and I loved it. I truly loved it. Okay, then this. Olivia Dean. Holy shit. In Chanel. Holy shit. That's all I can say. Another just literal angel walking this earth. She looked absolutely phenomenal all night. She looked phenomenal. I mean, she deserves the Grammy that she won last night. And I mean, they truly could not have picked a better dress for her. Like, I swear to God, that dress was made for her. It was chef's kiss. It was amazing. That's all I can say. Amazing. Holy shit. Wow. Okay, then we have Tate McRae in Balenciaga. And this is what I'm going to say. I am so glad that this is what she decided to wear. I feel like it is very much out of her style realm and kind of like out of her style bubble. I feel like the last few years, she wasn't wearing like the same things, but she was wearing very similar, very much like something that you would envision Tate McRae in. Not that this dress wasn't. I just think that it was a little step up from her and a little step out of her comfort zone, or just like what we would typically see Tate McRae in. And I mean, she just looked absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Like, it was insane. She's serving face, she's serving body. Like, the dress truly was like stunning, and I really liked how she accessorized. Okay, then we have Lady Gaga in, I could not pronounce the designer's brand. French. I'm not sure. Okay, hear me out. Obviously, this is not something that really anyone could wear anywhere. Full on feathers, very, very crazy, very sculpturesque. But to me, it truly encapsulated her album that she released this year. Like, it truly like represent every single outfit that she wore throughout the evening, truly just like encapsulated her latest album. And I'm sorry, only Lady Gaga can make it work. I mean, she looked gorgeous. She was serving face. Like, it was insane. The bleached brows, like, she just truly, like, goddamn, has a face that can just do it all. And I loved all of her looks on her. Her black dress that she wore on the carpet. Again, you would never catch me dead wearing that. Like, no one else on the planet, honestly, could wear that and look as good as she did. And I'm sorry, it just did something for me. It really, truly just did. Like, I don't know if it's just like Lady Gaga in general and just like who she is and her presence and like her aura that she embodies, but like I loved it. It was so good. TTT. Okay, and then I have three more. We have Somber and Valentino. Gray suit, but in like that lace pattern that Sabrina Carpenter was in. And oh my god, stunning. I am loving this era of Valentino. It's absolutely insane. He looked sick. I mean, we knew that he would. I feel like he really leans into fashion and kind of like making bolder moves and making a statement, and he really pulled it off. Like, he was one of the best dressed men in my opinion. Okay, then we have Nikki Glazer. I could not find the brand of dress or like the designer of her dress. Again, I didn't really look that hard, but I mean, hot mama, like, hello. She is truly just like glowing on a different level, but she wore this latex dress, high slit, ruching, like not your typical latex dress. And just like, god damn, she looked so freaking good. It really did something for me. Like, honestly, I'm glad that she wore it to the Grammys and not hosting the Golden Globes. But like, god damn, that's all I can say is hot mama. Like, that's literally all I can say. She looked so fine, sexy. The dress was stunning. Okay, and last but not least, I'm really shocked that I wrote this down as my best dressed, but I have a reason behind it. And it kind of goes back to why some of the people were on my worst dressed. Benson Boone and Giorgio Armani. Okay? I'm sorry. Totally unrecognizable. Not because his face looked different, but because he was wearing an all black velvet tux. I'm sorry. What? He toned it down in like the best way. He basically took what he normally wears, performing just like in general on carpets, and was like, let's do the complete opposite. And oh my god, it worked. He looked so freaking classy and just chic and elegant. And again, it was the complete opposite of, I feel like, what anyone would expect him to show up on a carpet in. And it did it. It worked. Like, it is something that no one would expect him to wear. And like, he pulled it off and he looked so freaking good. Like, I really was obsessed because I mean, the details were very I'm trying to think of the word, but like, it was very detailed, but like in a very muted way, if that makes sense. But that is all I have for my Grammy Fashion File segment. I truly was blown away by a lot of the looks. I did notice we did see a lot less color this year, I feel like, than the years prior. A lot of just like black dresses, black suits, really not too much white, which was kind of shocking because I feel like white is always a very popular color, especially like we just saw the Golden Globes and there was a ton of light colors, pastels, golds, that sort of thing. A lot of black dresses and tuxes, but we still saw a lot of those like winter whites, and we didn't really see that many at the Grammys. And there really wasn't any like thing too crazy where you're just kind of like, holy shit, what? Other than Chaperone. But before I end this episode, I just truly wanted to say a huge thank you to my friends and my family and all of you listeners just for really supporting me during kind of like this transition and this new journey of solo podcasting. It truly means the world. I know that I've really been leaning heavily on a lot of close friends and family, kind of as I have been, making all of these decisions and just planning ahead for the podcast's future, for my future, just in general. And the support and like just amount of endless love means the absolute world to me. It keeps me motivated. Like, it truly has been just so unreal. The people that have shown up in my life over the last few months, few weeks, it really has me so grateful for the people in my life and for the people that I keep in my inner circle. It really truly means the world to me, and I cannot thank you guys enough for supporting me and supporting the podcast and just being there for me when I have doubts and, just kind of like holding my hand, giving me a shoulder to cry on, a safe space to vent to. It has literally been amazing. I love you guys so very much. But if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, subscribe, follow the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, subscribe, leave a review, leave a comment. I love to see any comments on YouTube. I love to interact with them, and I love to see any reviews on the podcast platforms. And if you feel like it, feel free to check out my social media. I am at Maddy Schweppe on all platforms, which is MaddySchweppe. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.